All right. Hello, everyone. Today is March 9th of 2023. It's Thursday. It is approximately 2:06 p.m. and we are convening a session of the Tax Review Board. With me today is Board Chair Nancy Camerdiner. She's in my camera, as well as board members Paula Weiss, Ryan Boyer, and Dominique Ward. Please be aware that this is a public hearing and it is being recorded. Because the meeting is public, participants and viewers have no expectation of privacy, and by continuing to be in this meeting, you are consenting to being recorded. This recording will be posted on the Tax Review Board website for the consumption of the public. At this time, I'm going to give it over to Nancy. She's going to read information about two cases, and then I will be putting into the room petitioner number 1, who is present here in our office. Nancy?
Good afternoon, everyone. Item number 2 on your agenda for Marshall Williams, last four digits of the docket 4263, has been continued. And this matter is continued with an addendum of no further continuances. Item number 4 on our agenda for Jane K. Betts, last four digits of the docket 9719. We've been informed that no action is needed on this matter. It has been resolved by the parties and is therefore no longer on our agenda for today. That takes us back then to
Nancy, do we need to concur on a no action needed?
yes, we probably should. I'm sorry about that. That wasn't identified until just before the meeting started.
Yes. So
If the board members would indicate whether or not they concur in the no action needed notation for item number 4, that would be appreciated.
Paula Weiss, I concur.
Dominic Ward, I concur.
Ryan Boyer, I concur.
And Nancy Camerdiner, I concur. Thank you for the reminder on that. I have a tendency to go right past those, so I appreciate the heads up. We were to get the petitioner for number 1 in the room. I see there is someone in the room. That is David Moore Jr., last four digits of the docket 4244. Property address here is 1201 West Erie Avenue. Please identify yourself for the record.
David Moore, 1201 West Erie Avenue, Philadelphia, PA 19140.
Thank you. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth with everything that comes before the board?
I affirm to tell the truth for everything that comes before.
Thank you very much. Who has this matter for the city?
Stephen Wakefield for the city of Philadelphia.
And do you have anyone with you who will need to be sworn?
March.
Okay, please identify yourself for the record.
Martin Stone with the City Audit Department.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth with everything that comes before the board?
I do.
Thank you very much. Do you have the numbers for the record, Mark?
Yes, I do. We have from 2005 through 2017. There's no principal due. Penalty, $912.51. Interest, $196.63. Liens and legal fees, $1,838.10, totaling $2,947.24.
Does the city have any opening comments before we turn to the petitioner?
No opening comments. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I'll turn to the petitioner. Please tell us why you're here.
I'm so very sorry. I'm sorry, I must interject. I have a note here that this case was previously adjudicated from 2002 to 2017, which means that the board has no jurisdiction over this property, over these years. And I have that at the master level hearing, the period of time that was in question was 2017 to 2021. So Marge, can you please just let me know what exactly, why, understanding 2005 to 2017 can't be adjudicated, is there in fact a balance from 2018 to 2021?
No, the last year is 2017.
So payment has been made from 2018.
Yeah, and the next billing is 2023, so
Well, again, I can read that docket into the,
that's what's in prison.
yeah, I just have a note that says that for this property, this petition, there was a petition previously from 2002 to 2017, and therefore the board cannot, or does not have jurisdiction or cannot adjudicate on those yet.
Is there a decision letter from the full board?
I'm trying to see if I can find that. It's 442. Usually they put the docket number on it. You give me an opportunity to just go into my office to see, I will. Just 2 seconds.
Okay, we'll
Should we pause for 5 minutes?
Yes, but at least a couple of minutes.
I apologize for the delay. So I have docket number 36, REINTZZ 3725. This was rendered on, nope, that's not it. One more second.
Too many pieces of paper.
Okay. I apologize again. 36 REINTZY 6453 or 1201 West Erie Avenue. This was rendered on 1/23/2020 by the Tax Review Board, wherein we put for the taxable period of 2007 to 2016, no action was needed. That is what I have.
And so at that point, those years
The
were,
board cannot adjudicate anything from those years.
So let's ask Mr. Moore if he recalls. Mr. Moore, do you recall being here for a hearing already before this board?
In 2022, I believe.
and did it cover the years that have just been stated from 2005 to 2017? Is that correct?
2007
Oh,
to 2016.
excuse me, 2007.
No, I can't recall that detail. No, I don't know that.
Or our records show that you've already had a hearing on these matters?
for the years 2007 through 2016.
Mr. Wakefield, do you have anything that corroborates that as well?
I actually do not have anything either way. I mean, obviously, the board's records tend to be accurate. And, I think that we can rest on the presumption that the board's records are accurate. You would not have any reason to have such a notation or even a folder in existence if it had not happened. So I would just say that since no action was taken, because it says no action needed, you could arguably consider that as not being an adjudication either way. And in not being an adjudication either way, if you elected to take jurisdiction over this based on that, the city would not have an objection.
And this is limited to an interest and penalty consideration in any event.
It's just interest and penalties, just 2017 and prior.
Okay.
And I will note one thing, and that is that the letter that we've been quoting here is dated 1/30/2020. And when we asked the petitioner if he had a recollection of coming in for a meeting, he indicated it was in 2020. Am I correct in remembering that?
Actually, he said he came in 2022, and he was here in 2022 for this case, which again was in the petition from 18 to 21.
Well,
That's true. The petition period in front of us is actually 2017 to 2021. And
right,
there's-
Could be then, but that's not what was,
No, it is.
it is?
The
Yes.
petition is from
if that's what's in the petition, then there is no action needed because there is no balance for those years. In fact, he has a negative balance of $42.65 for those years. So he has a
What if he
credit.
wishes to amend his time? And if you said that the city would have no objection going back, I'm willing to entertain if he wants to amend your petition for the years where you had interest penalty. And do you want to amend your petition?
Perhaps it's a conversation for the board to have amongst itself, without the rest of us being involved.
Well, I think Ryan's question is probably
I'm
first.
I'm asking the petitioner, would you like to amend your petition to include the timeframes of 2005 to 2016?
That is a possibility. It would eliminate that interest and penalty.
It would allow us to rule on it.
It would allow us to rule on it, yes. It can't hurt you. Do you want to,
It will not help me if I lose.
would you like to amend your petition?
Yes.
Right, so maybe now we need to have a private conversation.
Now let's go to the back.
Okay.
Okay, if everyone can just hold tight, the board is just gonna have a brief conversation.
the board's back, and we've agreed that we would like to hear from the petitioner in terms of the additional amounts that were on the record for the years 2005 through 2017. There was no principal there, but there were amounts for penalty, interest, and other charges. So we'd like to hear from you in terms of any requests that you might have with regard to those add-on items.
You want to hear from the add-on items, which are the amount of,
We'd like to hear any comments that you have in terms of supporting a reduction of any of those three items, penalty, interest, or other.
okay, I didn't have a job till 2008, I believe, and I was in bankruptcy to prevent my property from going up for sheriff's sale. I'm giving you the truth, you know. So and also I had a bank account confiscated by the IRS that would have helped me pay my taxes on time during the time period. I think 2013 or 14, something like that. I don't have that detailed information in my hand, but I can do the due diligence work, and I have to present it before the board. I can chase it down because it's documented somewhere.
Any questions from board members about the information the taxpayer has given us at this point?
I just had two questions and I may have missed this and I'm sorry if I'm repeating it. Do you live in this property?
Yes,
Okay. It's your home?
the only one I live here.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for him before we,
And just for the record, you've paid off the principal on these years, correct?
As far as I know, through the bankruptcy and whatever little money.
I'm sorry. Favor, can you move closer to the microphone and you pull the mask down? You're going in and out.
Yes,
Okay, say that one more time,
can
please.
you hear me more clearly?
Yeah.
Uh,
more clearly.
Did I pay the principal was the question? Yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Does the city have anything?
Just real briefly, I think the fact that he was in bankruptcy probably explains why there was no action taken on the prior matter. Given that he's paid the principal off, the city doesn't have any objection to relief on the interest and penalties. I mean, obviously, he would have to come in and make some sort of arrangements for the other because that's outside of the jurisdiction of the board. But the city doesn't oppose whatever relief you guys decide to craft on the interest and penalties. We're not going to complain about it.
Then I would suggest that we render a decision to abate all interest and penalty.
Ryan Boy, I concur.
Dominic Ward, I concur.
and Nancy Cameron, I concur.
Thank you.
And the city has indicated why we couldn't address the other items. I probably shouldn't have even raised that when I asked you to comment on things, but you'll receive a letter from us that spells out our decision. And you'll have, both sides have 30 days to appeal to the Court of Common Pleas should either side wish to do so. I'll assume for the moment that neither side is going to appeal, and action would then be taken to eliminate the interest and penalty from the amounts that are due and owing, and then you should get a restated bill from the city that identifies what amounts remain for payment, and you should work with the city to enter into any payment arrangements that you need to have in order to cover the other charges that are due and owing. Thank you for coming in today, and we're glad we were able to help at least with a little bit on this.
Thank you all for your help, and God bless you.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
Have a nice rest of the day.
I'm good?
Yes, you're good to go.
Very much.
We have two other items on our agenda. Have we seen or heard from either of the other parties?
It is approximately 2:27, and there is no one else here in the office at 100 South Broad Street, and there is no one else in the room, in the virtual waiting room.
Okay, that being the case, unless there's something else that anyone on this call wishes to raise, I'll give you a moment in case there is. And not hearing from anyone, this hearing is.
We still have to do each case and do deny appear.
You got to deny for,
Right,
failure
failure
to
to
appear.
You have the folders, I don't, but I guess I can get enough from the agenda. Okay, for item number 3, Carolyn Nelson, last 4 digits of the docket 4705, the property address here is 6613 North 18th Street. This matter is denied for failure to appear. Had there been any earlier situations that cause us to make any additional comments on that?
I have that there was a denied did not appear back in 2001.
On the same issues?
Yes, I also have that there was a continuance, again in 2021. Then, okay. Another.
Deny for failure to appear with no further hearings.
Paula Weiss, I concur.
Dominique Ford, I concur.
And Nancy Cameron, and I concur. We were all headed in the same direction, but waiting to hear the
Sorry.
full litany. Okay, and the last item on our agenda, number 5, Fernando Calderon, last 4 digits of the docket 4280, property address of 4035 North 7th Street. Do we have any further information about denials or failures to appear in the past for this petition?
This is the first listing before the board.
Okay, so we'll be marking this as denied for failure to appear. Any other comments from board members?
Paula Weiss, I concur.
Ryan Boy, I concur.
Dominique Ford, I concur.
Thank you very much. So that, I was trying to be a little bit too rapid in getting away from these. I appreciate the quick response from everyone to keep me from turning it off before all the things were rendered. And I'll pause again to see if there is anything else that we need to address before we adjourn. And this time there really is nothing else to address. Thank you. And thank you all for joining us today, and this hearing is adjourned.
Bye, everybody.
Have a great weekend.
You
Bye.
too.
Thank you.
Thank you.